My guest tonight, Howard Schultz, will be here. He is the CEO of Starbucks. Actually, he's just here to use our bathroom, but I'm making him buy something. Congratulations to the U.S. We beat Ghana 6-0. Hold on 1 second. I actually don't know what the score was. I don't. They're playing right now. I was just trying to be optimistic. Well, let's start tonight with our continuing coverage of Mesopotamia. As you know, we went to Iraq for one reason, and for one reason only.
That's what this fight is about in this part of the world, planting the seeds of democracy.
That seed of democracy in Iraq.
It wasn't about weapons of mass destruction or 9/11. Once those reasons were found to be unsupported by reality. It was about America. It was about what happens when one country loves another country very much. And that country then deposits his democracy seed. Typically laser guided into another country's, let's say, Fertile Crescent. By the way, if you think... If you think the seeding of democracy metaphor is slightly more tortured than many of the people we brought that democracy to, you ain't seen nothing yet.
The seeds of freedom have only recently been planted in Iraq. But democracy, when it grows, is not a fragile flower. It is a healthy, sturdy tree.
And that tree is a family tree. It's a family man, for no man is an island except for the Isle of Man. Where is that? You know what? I'm gonna go paint a cat. Anyway, the point is this. We spread our seed all over Iraq and it bloomed, baby. Until old Johnny Obama came in. And now you won't believe what's growing there.
The seeds of 9/11s are being planted all over Iraq and Syria.
You see what happened? They done swapped out our democracy seeds with the seeds of 9/11. You know, I'm not even sure why Burpees even sells those 9/11 seeds. Why would they do that? That's like, seems like a lawsuit waiting to happen. It's like when they stocked all those Venus dog traps. They're just stupid. I'm gonna go Beagle. Point is, all that great stuff we did after, obviously some of the bad stuff we did, is totally undone now by the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, who are currently sowing chaos seeds. So now what do? Well, if you remember in the original rush to war, diligently planned, internationally sanctioned freedom rave, there were some individuals who were wrong about the whole thing. Just wrong. Just dead wrong. Like, about everything. All of them.
Let's act now to get rid of a tyrant who's abused and killed his own people, who is procuring weapons of mass destruction, substantial evidence to that effect.
The choice is disarming him by war or letting him have these weapons of mass destruction.
We're dealing with a country that can really finance its own reconstruction, and relatively soon.
The Baathists, who use their power to repress the Iraqi people, will be removed from office.
By the way, you can have all these memorable screw-ups and more. Just call now and order. Now, that's what I call being completely wrong about Iraq. Anyhow, but here's what happened. So you'll appreciate this. I think you'll appreciate this. Those idiots were ostracized, never heard from again because of how... I'm kidding. Because I think we all know 4 wrongs make a right. And in this current crisis, the news media has rushed to get the band back together again. And they all have the same advice. On bass, sickly wrong about everything, Bill Kristol. On drumming up support for endless war, Paul Wolfowitz. On guitar, you kidding me? How does this guy keep getting booked on television? Lindsey Graham.
The stubborn-headed president we have, who thinks he knows better than everybody else, who withdrew troops. Stubborn-headed, delusional, detached president. But that's the last bad thing I'm going to say.
My wicked tongue. I'm so bad. at foreign policy. Now pour me another julep. Lindsay fails a song. But like any terrible band, they're nothing without their lead singer, old Johnny Rotten. Johnny Rotten Judgment. His advocacy of the Iraq War was legend. His sophisticated knowledge of the region, unparalleled, in that it did not parallel with anybody who had knowledge of the region.
There is not a history of clashes that are violent between Sunnis and Shias, so I think they can probably get along.
Now, that is a true statement if you don't count the long history of violent clashes between Sunni and Shia. And he's right. Throughout history, there are lots of examples of Sunnis and Shias peacefully sharing power, like we were going to have them do in Iraq. Like, okay, here's a great one. Back in the 50s, 950. Yeah. The only time it's ever happened is over 1,000 years ago in what is now Iran and Iraq. There was a pro-Shiite warlord dynasty sharing power with a pro-Sunni caliph. Yeah, in 950. I don't know why they couldn't find this book. And since John McCain was one of the wrongest before and during the war, it's only fitting that in this current crisis, he was on so many shows, you'd think he just won Dancing with the Stars.
The decision was made by the Obama administration to not have a residual force in Iraq. We left troops behind in Korea, in Germany, in Japan, even in Bosnia. They are a stabilizing force. We had the conflict won. We had that war won, and we blew it.
And all we would have to do to maintain the victory is stay there forever. It's like when you win at a casino, and to get the money, you have to live there. Why did Obama snatch defeat from the jaws of victory?
President Bush signed a treaty at the end of 2008, the Status of Forces Agreement, which said that all U.S. forces, not just combat forces, all U.S. forces will be out of Iraq by the end of 2011.
What? Only a secret Muslim Kenyan terrorist vegan is shrewd enough to ensure our defeat before he ever took office by Jedi mind-tricking Patriot Man. Actually, for him, you don't actually need to use the Jedi mind trick. You just kind of wave your hand and he does it. Although, to be fair to John McCain, it's not like this is just his Iraq strategy. He is consistent.
Ukraine is going to need a long-term military assistance program from the United States.
Quote, if they knew where they were, I certainly would send in U.S. troops to rescue them. In a New York minute, I would.
Appropriate use of air power. Airstrikes on Assad's forces.
In that old Beach Boys song, Bomberan, you know, bomb, 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 bomb. Anyway.
The John McCain military victory plan for America is the same as the John McCain media strategy. Be everywhere. Forever.